Johnny the fuck Minerals, who I don't even view as a real human being.
It's guys like Minerals.
Minerals.
Let's have it right.
He's not on my radar. I don't care about him.
You got the Minerals to
one of them brown envelope mobs.
No Minerals.
Minerals. Big up Johnny. Let's have it right.
Do you know what I mean?
Johnny Minerals.
The realness of this guy.
Minerals. Let's have it right.
Minerals FC.
Need proper winning Minerals, mate.
Let's have it right. I'm just a brown envelope, or I'm
Absolutely screwed. Let's have it right.
Brown envelopes.
You brown envelopes from the club.
You got the Minerals to fight for his place.
You are in the woods wronging. Thank you, mate. Appreciate you taking the time out to say that. Cheers. This one's for you. Greetings from Centre Parks, by the way. That's the background. I hope you're all well. This is just ridiculous, though, isn't it?
The Minerals.
Minerals FC.
Do you know what I mean?
Johnny Minerals.
Johnny the fuck Minerals.
The Minerals.
In them, we know that they have the minerals with not.
There's minerals that you need.
It's guys like Minerals and
You got the Minerals to
Let's have it right. Minerals. Johnny Minerals.
like Minerals is one of the very vociferous Chelsea fans.
Minerals FC mudded me. I couldn't give a shit about that guy.
Let's have it right.
Hey, Johnny's got the fucking minerals, mate.
Can everybody just stop getting shot? So it right, up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC, big up to every single one of you live and locked in. Hope everyone is doing well in life. First and foremost, I want you all to smash to piece that like button. If you haven't smashed it, smash it right now. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, make sure you do so. We've got the notification bell dinged on, let's have it right, so you know when we go live. And we've got the Minerals FC Ultras membership down below in the description and at the pinned at the top of the live chat. Salute to all the Minerals FC Ultras. Salute to our Chelsea old boys. We see things they'll never see. And salute to the no surrender mentality. And literally big up to every single one of you live and locked in. We're going to land it. We're going to say it as it is because that's all we know. We don't know nothing else. So we're going to get straight into it. It's no surprise. We've had the red card of Nicholas Jackson against Newcastle yesterday. And, well, let's have it right. What do we expect? We expect PR, striker PR, what we're looking at in the market, and who's the ones to put it out? Which brand envelopes is it? We know who it is. It's the Pathetic. Have it right. Simon Johnson. Who's he linked us with? Let's land it right now. Several striker names considered by Chelsea, including Benjamin Sesko, Liam Delap, Hugo Ekitike. Who they sign, or perhaps significantly who they do not secure, will depend on whether they are in the next season's Champions League or not. Now, first and foremost, he's saying several strikers. So why is he only named 3? Which tells me they're the best out of a bad bunch. There is no sign of naming Victor Gyökeres. There is no sign of naming Victor Osimhen. It's not Bet Victor, is it? But it's Gamble FC at Chelsea. They definitely love a bit of Bet Victor, but it ain't the Victors that we want. So have it right. They put up Sesko, Delap, and Ekitike. Ekitike, I ain't got a clue about him. I don't know what he's about. Is he from the Dutch league? To me personally, what are we doing? Why are we looking at this caliber of striker? Why are we looking at Sesko? Why are we looking at Liam Delap, who's been relegated with Ipswich? And I want to add something else as well. These 3 strikers, they're all younger than Jackson. They're all younger than Jackson. Let me double check with Sesko. Is Sesko the same age as Jackson? Let me have a quick butchers. Let me have a look. Or you let me know in the chat. But I'm pretty sure. Let's go to Sesko. Where is he? There he is. Let's have a look. See how old is he? How old is this geezer? 21 years old. 21 years old. Nicholas Jackson's 23, going on 24, if I'm not mistaken. So Sesko's 21. Ekitike, I think he's 22. And Liam Delap is what? Is he 19? Is he 20? I'm not sure. How old is Delap, guys? I can't be bothered to look again. Shall I look? Oh, you'll probably know in the chat. You can let me know. But Delap, I'm sure he's young as well. Oh, he's 21 as well. He's 21. Wow. So we're going. This is the backwards inverted mentality of this football club. Is that we want better than Nicholas Jackson. Nicholas Jackson's got 12 goals this season, less than last year. Yes, he's been injured, but he's not developed. He's not made himself a better player. He should not be our number 9 striker. Yeah. But what we're going to do, we're going to buy younger than Nicholas Jackson to show the intent that we got to A, play in the Champions League because that's the goal, although Enzo Maresca told us it's not the goal, and B, to lead us to a title charge. Yeah? What are we doing here? Like, seriously, what are we doing here? I'm going to lay down the stats now. I've got the stats because these lot are data driven, yeah? We know that Blueco, Siri Merchant, Tout Bowley, Feliciano, it's more important to build business value than win or lose on the field. Wrong'un, yeah? All right? Let's read the stats because they love data. Benjamin Sesko, who plays in the Bundesliga. So we got Bundesliga player that we've had a track record of in Kunku at the moment, who, let's have it right, he has been exiled, and also Timo Werner, who actually complemented and contributed majorly to winning our second star in Champions League. So let's have it right. Weren't all bad, was it? But he's played in Bundesliga, 32 games, well, in the Bundesliga, 13 goals, 5 assists. 21 goals in total and 6 assists. Bruv, he's just beaten Chris Wood's stats by 1 goal. And Chris Wood is playing for Nottingham Forest in the Premier League. Yeah? So that's Sesko. Now we go to Ekitike, who again is playing in the Bundesliga. 22 goals. He's got 15 goals in the Bundesliga and 7 assists. And in all comps, 22 goals and 11 assists. So 1 more goal and quite a few more assists. Wow. We should be all excited. Nicholas Jackson, currently in the league, 10 goals and 5 assists in all comps because he's got 2 in the Conference League. That's 12 goals and 5 assists. So that's the levels we're at now. That's the levels we're at after phase 3, spending 1.7 billion or close to 1.7 billion. They're the stats for this season for our number 1 striker. We've got Gui, who's injured, and we've got Nkunku, who's not a number 9, that Maresca's told us is not a number 9, that will play him as number 9 when he was told not to play him after because, yeah, let's have it right, we're getting shot of him. And can everybody just stop getting shot? No, they can't. We'll continue to land it. And then the last one, obviously, is Delap. And Delap is he's only playing the Premier League. So he's got 12 goals and 2 assists. So we're really up in the ante. So we're going to bring in Delap, granted playing for Ipswich, yeah? And he's got 12 goals and 2 assists, right? So someone explain to me, all right, all you toxic positivity merchants, all you brown envelopes, all you blue tick Chelsea accounts that have been brown nosing this ownership ever since they walked through the door, that will relentlessly never call them out. They will always prop young kids. They're too busy propping young kids because they're just in acceptance of it, or because they want to get their brown envelopes, because they want to get their benefits. So they won't call it out. They won't go against the narrative of the club. Well, let's have it right. Those 3 strikers that Simon Johnson from the Pathletic has just announced are an absolute disgrace in standards, levels, and what we actually need as a striker at Chelsea Football Club. And none of them, again, are Chelsea level. And they're all younger than Nicholas Jackson. So we're going even younger than Nicholas Jackson. What a joke. Yeah? What's the intent? What's the ambition? I'm asking, what is it? All right? Because I'm going to read you based on data. That's the data of the targets that they're looking at, yeah? And of course, they'll sign death row contracts. Victor Osimhen, all right? Who's played in multiple leagues and landed it. He's a winner. One Serie A, he's a winner. He's an animal up front. He's a goal machine. Let's go for Victor Osimhen's stats right now. He is on 33 goals and 8 assists this season. 33 goals and 8 assists. And he's done it in Serie A, a very difficult league, a defensively difficult league, renowned for it. Italians always renowned for their defenses, tight games. Osimhen, Lansdowne Minerals. He's now playing for Galatasaray. And what's he on? 33 goals and 8 assists. Clear of all the other targets that we've just mentioned from the Pathetic, yeah? Now, let me go to the one and only Victor Gyökeres. Victor Gyökeres has played 50 games and he's scored 52 goals and he's got 13 assists. So someone please explain to me, all right, if we are going by data and we're going by, well, we want the best, whatever the data tells us, well, it's clear as day that both Victors, yeah, are elite, are landing it. Now, a lot of people I've seen on the timeline when I commented today, if you don't bring me Osimhen or Gyökeres, jog on. Have a day off and get out of our football club, yeah? No Chelsea supporter should lower their standards accepting Delap's, Ekitikes, Seskos, or anyone else for that matter. Another young'un, another unproven player, another high potential FC, another Epstein FC merchant. No one should be accepting that, all right? We're not Brighton. We're not mid-table Brentford. We're not fucking anyone beneath, like non-elite. We're an elite football club. We're Chelsea Football Club. So we demand the best. We've had the best strikers in the world. We've had the most amazing strikers, brutal animals, clinical, won us trophies, mentality, and they weren't all 21 years old, were they? They weren't all 22 years old, bruv. We bought Drogba at 25. I think it was 24 years old, 25 years old. Diogo Costa, again, another one, mid-20s. Easy, I think he was. Yeah? That's when you buy a striker. Gyökeres is 26, going on 27. So let's have it right. He doesn't fit the underage of 24 years old policy. And his wages ain't too bad from what I hear. So you could offer him over 150 grand a week and sign this player. The reality is you've got the new director at Arsenal, Berta, who is proven and built teams at Atletico Madrid and bought top players and done it very savvily. Wants to get Gyökeres for Arsenal. But he's not good enough for Chelsea. And Chelsea won't have a crack. Even if we get Champions League, even if we don't get Champions League, even if we're in Europa League, even if we're back in the Conference League. We are Chelsea Football Club. You're using our name and our heritage to sign all these young'uns on death row contracts. So you can do the same and apply the same by paying a higher wage structure and breaking the wage structure, Egbali, you melt. Yeah, penny pinching clown because of your debt. All right. And you can bring us an elite striker and job done. We've solved the problem. We've problem solved by signing an elite striker. What a surprise. Money talks. Money talks. Money talks. Dirty cash, I want you. Dirty cash, I need you. Oh, yeah? None of that mentality here. None of that mentality here. Bottle job mentality. Piss poor mentality. Yeah? And do you know what as well? Yeah? Victor Osimhen, whether his wages are up to, I've heard they're around 300, 350 grand a week. Or, not Pornstein, Fabrizio Romano's reporting net, it could be up to 400 grand a week. Whatever it is, irrespective. These are the premium prices you have to pay to sign the best of the best. So what are our intentions? What are Blueco's intentions? We know what the supporters' intentions are. We want to win. We want to win at all costs. We want to win trophies. So what is everyone accepting? Why should you accept that? Why should you accept Delap? Oh, but he's proven and, you know, he's done really well at Ipswich and he's strong and he's got a good touch. Is he going to lead you to title glory? Is he going to score you 30 goals, 25 plus goals? No. Is the other striker, Sesko, is he going to do it? What's the guarantees? Oh, well, there's no guarantee Gyökeres or Osimhen are going to do it because Gyökeres is playing in a dead league. He's playing in the wash league. What, like PSG, they call it the Farmers League, yet they've absolutely rolled over every team they played. 3 Premier League teams. I think then the players that play for PSG could play in the Premier League then, don't you agree? That whole measuring stick, it's limp. It's limp. And it's not correct. Yeah. I think we can all go by the eye test. So these clowns won't even go by the data of the elite strikers to say, do you know what? Why is the PR? Let me ask this. Why is the PR not? Well, they've already said it. Depending on whether they get Champions League, these are the strikers they're looking at. So why can't you put Osimhen in there? Why can't you put Victor Gyökeres in there? Because I know personally Victor Osimhen will not come to Chelsea. He's been mugged off, insulted on deadline day. They halved his wages, and he ain't going to do that. No elite striker's going to do that. Haaland's on 500 grand a week, you melts, yeah? Haaland on 500 grand a week, yeah? That's the price you pay. We could get Osimhen at 300 grand a week. We could get Gyökeres at 250 grand a week. Oh my God, it's not like rocket science. It's not like we're asking too much. Fucking hell, what are we doing here? They're the standard rates for salary for a top elite players. They don't want to buy elite. It's all profit, fucking profit. All it is profit. All it is resale value. And then you get the goldfishes, the pies and mash having a bitch of moan now, are you? Oh, Ekitike, he's going goldfish. Yeah, that's great. You know, I quite like the idea of that. Stop talking about standards. We all want Osimhen, but we can't get him. Well, fucking make them get him then. Why don't you relentlessly push it? Stop talking about potential about Ekitike and all this shit and Delap. Why don't we put the pressure on the owners? Pressure makes diamonds, mate. Yeah? It's the problem. These melts in the fan base, they accept it and they get paid to push out this bullshit. And that's why we call them out 24/7. How the fuck are you spending 1.7 billion? And now we're resorting to, by the way, we get Champions League football. We're going to look at a Delap, a Sesko and an Ekitike. Yeah? Oh, it's getting all technical now. We're really up in the ante with the striker selections now, aren't we? We really believe that these guys are going to carry us to a title charge. We're going to compete. So Arsenal are going to strengthen with Gyökeres. And Man United, we're hearing Delap's more in favour of Man United. But I'm hearing Man United and Osimhen's getting discussions are going on. We heard terms were agreed with Osimhen and Man United. So which one is it? Which one is it? I don't believe any of these brown envelopes. Why the fuck is Man United looking at Delap? Let's ask that question. If they're not worried about paying wages, they can go and get an Osimhen. They can try for Gyökeres. Gyökeres was Amorin's boy. He made that kid. He made him. He played for Coventry, went to Brighton. Yeah? And look at him now. Look at him now with elite mentality, elite gaffer. He's at the right age. He's booming at the right age. This is what you need at your football club. You need to bring some sort of experience, some sort of mentality and leadership. And especially we need it in the front line. So why are you accepting all these wishy-washy, low standards, which is basically what the club is? The club standards are in the gutter. And that's why we call it out. I'm not accepting these standards. You think I'm going to be happy signing a Delap? Are you fucking having me on? Oh, but it's Uncle Joe Shields. Uncle Joe Shields wants him. Uncle Joe Shields wants him. Oh, he was spot on with Palmer. What else has he been spot on with? What, Lavia? How's Lavia doing? Lavia's putting Instagram posts going, oh, it's on me. You know, we'll be back again. Trying to take accountability. I don't want your accountability. I don't want your fucking excuses. I don't want Rahman Osimhen coming out. Nicholas Jackson's really upset. So he fucking should be. Yeah? He's been piss poor all season. And he wants to give it all to Big Un and all this when he scores in the Conference League to the supporters, yeah, going, oh, keep your nerves like that, yeah, we'll fucking start scoring some goals in, son, yeah, instead of trying to score with your DMs with slush pots. How about that? Let's have it right. What are we doing here, man? What are we doing here? It's a joke. And I'm getting sick of it. Honestly, call it out. Call it out. I told you yesterday's stream, and I've told you countless times. You think, your delusional minds think that we're going to get Champions League football, and these aren't going to change their recruitment policy, that they're going to go inside. Simon Johnson's giving those list of players saying depends on Champions League football. So we might not even get a Delap if we don't have Champions League football because, well, let's have it right. Spursy is Spursy. Man United are going to win the Europa League. I don't doubt that, yeah? And I don't doubt that PSG are going to win the Champions League, yeah? They're my two picks for winning the Champions League, all right? And the Europa League. So Man United are looking to get Champions League football. Well, Delap's going to go there, isn't he? Delap's going to look at the balance, look at the manager, look at the intent, look at the current players in the squad. And there's some world-class players. Casemiro. You've got Bruno Fernandes, very experienced, carrying Man United. You've got Minnels Mount in there. You know, you've got Delap in there. You've got the butcher, what's his name, Martinez. You've got a core there building. They bought that left wing back, left back. You know, the manager, Amorim, come out yesterday. He says, if you don't back me, then I'll walk. I'll leave. He's calling out the Glazers. He's calling out Ineos. He's saying, I'm embarrassed with being in 17th position in the league. Or what is it, 16th position? I'm embarrassed by it. But we're in a Europa League final and it's not good enough. Mentality. But you need to back him. There's a lot of work to do at Man United. Everyone can see that. And I'm going to get on to Man United. I'm going to talk about the difference between mentality and standards, not with Man United, but with Nottingham Forest as well. I'm going to call out a lot on this stream, so make sure you smash that like button. But we're talking strikers right now, and it shouldn't even end on strikers. We're not getting linked to any goalkeepers of any elite level. We're getting shoehorned with, oh, we trust in Sanchez, we trust in Jorgensen, maybe Petrovic comes back. We got Sanchez coming back. I mean, it's all a load of shit. They haven't decided on Sancho. The front line's a joke. It's Cole Palmer FC. It's Casado in the middle, and it's Reece James at the back, who's fucking only sitting on the bench. And that's all we got. And Trev, let's have it right. Everyone else, I hold them all accountable. They're not good enough. They're not the right levels, and they need to fucking grow some bollocks and grow some mentality, all right? And stop all this PR, because it's a joke. It means nothing. It absolutely means nothing. You can PR till the brown envelopes fly all over the gaff, all right? But it ain't going to change the reality of where we are. I'm sick and tired of this fan base in acceptance. Why should you be in acceptance of it? I'm asking you. Why should you be in acceptance of it? What? So you're just going to bend over like Tom Bendovers for Blueco, yeah? You're going to act like Tom Bendovers. Everyone's bending over for Blueco, and you want to get back shots 24/7 and get mugged off and insulted and taken the piss out of, all right? Because we're just customers to these clowns, and everyone is not seeing the bigger picture. Everyone is just acceptance of what? Mediocrity, no mentality, non-elite, no hunger, no desire, no real intent in the market. You cannot justify spending 1.6, 1.7 billion and not having a world-class spine at the very least with some young players around that. You know, how do you expect these players to develop? How do you expect their data to show on their AI scouting? The trajectory is going up, yeah, all right, but football doesn't work like that. It's delusion. It's delusion. It's unproven. Why is this? Right, this leads me on to this, yeah. This leads me on to this. All right. I can't play it. So I'm just gonna read it out, yeah. So this geezer from Sky Sports was talking about the Glazers, yeah. That the executives at United have made bad decisions with signings they've made, decisions. They've cut 300 jobs of just employees at Man United, yeah. And they're justifying it on, oh, we're broke, we haven't got the money and all this jazz, yeah. When in reality, they had Ashworth, who they brought in and cut off, and Eric Ten Hag. They offered him a new deal after the FA Cup, and then obviously they had to give him a payout. All right, but it doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop there. So the Glazers, when they bought the club, yeah, they bought the club debt free, right? And he wants to talk about, this guy talks about the ownership model. They've had the club for the last 19 years. Yeah. 19 years they've had Manchester United. They've owned Man United. And where have they developed to? They borrowed 604 million from when the club was debt free. All right. And then they handed and loaded that debt onto the club. That club have paid the club has paid 834 million. All right. In interest on that debt only. They're only paying the interest. They haven't paid the debt off. So that debt and now it's gone up to 731 million. Yeah. So 19 years ago, they borrowed 604 and now the debt is 731 million. And where have they gone? Where have they built? Where have they progressed to? What is the process at Man United? They keep changing managers. And they shoehorn it with, oh, we'll buy Pogba, we'll buy Ibrahimovic, that will sell shirts, and that will get the supporters going. But in reality, they're not building towards anything of substance, of any core, of any meaning, and showing any intent to win and dominate, which is why Man United have just been lucky, really. They're a cup club now. They're not a league Champions League club no more. And even if they get the Champions League, they are not naive and stupid to think that, oh yeah, we're going to have a pop at the Champions League. They know what their level is. They know where they are. They're sitting 16th in the league right now. What are we doing? Yeah. So when you look at the grand scheme of things, yeah, that's the Glazers, 19 years, 700 whatever, 31 million debt. All right. That's their debt, or 800 million debt. And it's not being paid off. And they're cutting staff in the club. They're just ripping out DNA. They're ripping out employees that love the club, that know the DNA of the club, that have been there under Fergie era. They're cutting that all out, all right, to justify it. It's disgraceful, yeah. In return, yeah, I want to put things into perspective. Blueco and Blueco Holdings, and specifically Clearlake and Siri Merchant and Feliciano, took 500 million loan from Aries Management, who are actually part owners of Atletico Madrid, who are involved in many American sports clubs, all right, NBA, baseball, NFL, and they are a preferred shareholder under Blueco. They are the first ones that have to be paid off once all the debt's been paid. Once the ownership the consultant want to take their profits, they have to pay Aries Management off. So they have loaned 500 million sterling at an interest rate of 12.96% interest. Yeah. All right. On top of that, they took 702 million syndicate bank loan via Sonia with the Bank of America and JP Morgan of 7.7% interest. We are, as a total, without the interest being touched or paid, a flat rate loan is £1.22 billion. Almost double than what the Glazers got, who have been at Man United 19 years, have no intent to pay it off. They're just paying the interest, and they put the debt on Man United, which is the same as Blueco. Blueco put the debt on Chelsea Football Club. Let's have it fucking right, bruv. Yeah? And that interest has got to get paid. Why do you think we're always breaching FFP? Because we're not generating enough as a club, which is why they need Vivid Seats. They now need Ticketmaster, and the software of Ticketmaster is owned by Clearlake Capital. Bosh, let's have it right. We land it. And can everybody just stop getting shot? No, they can't. We'll continue to shoot everything down. Yeah? So we're in serious debt. After 3 years, we're in almost double debt than the Glazers, mate. And yet Sky Sports are broadcasting that, and rightly so, yeah? But where's our broadcast, mate? Because Sky Sports, obviously, Talk Sport, it's all tap, innit? Until us Minerals FC Ultras land it and expose Vivid Seats and expose the debt. And some people start talking about the debt. No one's gone in landing it like whatever is the geezer's name on Sky Sports. Yeah, I can never pronounce his name, bro. Yeah, all right. But they're exposing Man United, yeah? And that is serious. Well, if you think they're in the gutter and you think that's serious, then what the hell are Chelsea Football Club? We're in dark, troubled waters, as Nagelsmann told us. As Nagelsmann said, this project's not for football, because they all explain all this stuff. Yeah, you think these elite managers, you think they're stupid. You think they don't know football. They know football, but they know this is not a project for football. So because of what's come out on Sky Sports, the 1958 already are arranging a protest for Man United v Villa straight away, acting accordingly. Their last protest was against Arsenal at Old Trafford. They had over 20,000 attendances, yeah, for that protest. It went viral, global, yeah. And what did you get after that? Sir Jim Ratcliffe, yeah, comes out, all right, and says, oh, by the way, we're going to build a brand new shiny stadium. Fantastic. Yeah, we've made some mistakes. Interviewed by Gary Neville, who's got stakes with his hotel and development with Ineos, so have it right. So he wants his fair share. It's all about pound notes. These lot don't love the football club. None of these lot love the football club. So while all of this is going on, yeah, the 1958 are protesting because they won't accept this and they want them out. And their narrative is win, lose or draw, Glazers out. My narrative is win, lose or draw, Blueco out. So let's have it right. If you're in acceptance of this, then cool. Stop bitching and moaning and carry on with your brown envelopes. But I'm not accepting it. And there's many in the fan base that do not accept it. And the reality of the situation is Chelsea are in a worse financial position than Manchester United. And by luck, we are where we are. because everyone this year has fallen off a cliff, and that's a fact. And people are trying to justify, oh, it's been a tougher league this year. No, it ain't. Liverpool just run away with it. How's it tough when you're the most dominant team? Man City have been nowhere near competing. They've been behind us for the majority of the season. Yeah, Newcastle behind us, Aston Villa behind us. Now they're level points. Now Newcastle's above. Now Man City's above. We've had Nottingham Forest above us, for crying out loud. Yeah. So, what do you need to do to change it? It's very simple. You trust the protest. So when the protest happened and supporters arranged for that protest, the whole narrative was, well, we need to go for the directors. If it's changed the model, then we're all for it. That's my point. If you're watching this right now, the debt dictates the model at Chelsea Football Club, which is why you're not buying an Osimhen, which is why you're not getting a Victor Gyokeres, why you're not getting a Bastoni, why you're not getting a Diogo Costa, why you're not buying the Mbappes or Haalands of this world, and you're not using a high wage structure on certain players because they can't afford it, because they want to get a 3 times return, plus pay off the banks, plus pay off Aries management, who are the first ones to get paid, all right, with fucking double-digit interest rates. Are you off your rockers? Like, I'm no Einstein, bruv. I'm no private equity merchant, yeah? But I can do basic maths. And I can see that it ain't healthy, bruv. It ain't looking healthy. And Man United ain't healthy, and they're in less debt than us. And they generate more revenue than us as a football club, because their brand is bigger worldwide. So we're fucked. We can't move stadium, whereas these lot want to move stadium, but they can't. The CPO are cop blocking them, and rightly so. And we shall continue to do that. So keep buying shares. But like, what are we doing here? Like, seriously, yeah? So I blame and hold accountable all the YouTubers, all the content creators, all the blue ticks. I hold you all accountable, and all the journalists, you brown envelopes, you're fucking liars. You spew out the club narrative because you want to put food on your table and make your pockets nice and wedge. So have it right. You want the alreadies all the time. That's all they care about. He's ready. Fucking hell, man. I should be shoving ready Breck down your throats, mate, and fucking so you can't even say nothing no more. Yeah? Chunder that up, mate. It's a joke. Absolute piss take. And Man City in January transfer window, they spent like over 200 million. Over 200 million. They're looking at Diogo Costa, mate. They're looking at Wirtz. They're looking at real players for Pep Guardiola. But what are we doing? A B-Tech, C-Tech, fucking so-called disciple of Pep Guardiola. And how's that working out? You're not even backing the manager. The manager's a yes man. The directors, at all costs. Arsenal got Berta, and we're sticking with Stanley Stewart, and everyone's accepting it. Fucking sack them off. Sack them off when you've got a Campos at PSG, might be leaving PSG. Go and get me an elite director, for fuck's sake. All right? Someone you can build with. They don't want to do that. They're happy with their yes men. They're executing their briefs perfectly. Perfectly. Now, anyone who listens to me, yeah, whether you like me or not, and you listen to what I'm saying to you, and you still persist to continue with your toxic positivity, continue to hype up this young, high potential Epstein FC bollocks model, yeah, keep overhyping the players we got, overhyping and backing this manager we got, and these directors going, oh, I'm going for the directors, but don't go for the ownership, then you're part of the problem. You're as bad as the brown envelopes. You're basically on the side of the ownership. And that's why, to me, you're batting on the other side. Yeah? So have it right. You ain't Chelsea then. You don't love Chelsea. You love your platform. You love your clicks. You love your pound notes. And like I say, I don't have to do this. I don't depend on it. So I'm all happy-go-lucky, mate, yeah? It is a magic roundabout on the Minerals FC. And I tell you what, it's fucking booming, bruv. Yeah? It's the one magic roundabout that you want to go on, bruv. You understand me? You're flying, bruv. You're flying. And you're looking down at everyone going, melts, wrong uns, brown envelopes, stay in the mud. Do you understand me? So this is where we are, bruv. This is where we are. And when I talk about standards and mentality, yeah, let me read you this. I'll have to read you this, all right? Now, I don't even know if it comes up. Why doesn't it come up with, I have to do it on my phone, all right? I wanna read you out what the owner of who? Nottingham Forest, yeah? the owner of Nottingham Forest. He says, after so many years, Nottingham Forest hasn't been in the Premier League. Yeah? He says, and not only in the Premier League, but not to have a good run in the Premier League. And what I want to change is in mentality, even for players of our technical team, even the supporters. We shouldn't be happy with the small things. And it doesn't matter if you play better next season. No, we will play better this time. And I think this is very important to change in mentality, and it's something we're looking forward to do. All right, that's why he went up to Nunes on the pitch. All right, he's not insulting Nuno. He's showing the whole supporters. He's showing the manager. He's showing the players. I demand the best, and I want the best. We've been in the top 4 majority of the season. I want to stay there. We deserve Champions League football. I want us to get there. And by me kicking a bucket, by me coming on the pitch and showing my anger, is the frustration of all the supporters, so they can understand what my intentions as an owner of Nottingham Forest is, what my standards are, what my ambition is to win and to bring the once great Nottingham Forest under Brian Clough back. The 2 times European Cup winners back to glory days, because they got heritage. That is what an owner should be doing, not what we got now with brown envelopes, PR, trust the process. Oh, look at Arsenal and be patient with Lego. Who's bottled it for phase 5, 850 million spent. He's got banners at Liverpool saying he'll never be the bride, he'll always be the bridesmaid. Exactly, the bridesmaid always gets fucked. Do you understand me? They're the ones that get shafted, bruv, countless times. Run a train on them, bruv. Run a train on the bridesmaid. Who gives a shit? But the ones that's married, the bride, well, there you go. She's got her one fella. She's got her trophy. And that he's got his trophy. You understand me? It's where we are, bruv. You know, if you cannot see that, and that's Nottingham Forest, I want an owner like that. I will gladly trade him at Chelsea Football Club, and I bet you he wouldn't be spending 1.7 billion the way that these clans have spent it. He wouldn't be going with a fucking 150 grand a week wage cap and an 124 years old wage cap. He's got Chris Wood there landing 20 plus goals in the Premier League. All right, he's got Hudson-Odoi balling out. You know what I'm saying? He's got that. Is it Marino at the back, quality player. He's got cells that these clowns sold from Strasbourg. Strasbourg Ultras, Ultra Boy 90s love cells. He was their captain at Strasbourg, their goalkeeper. He's been the best goalkeeper in the league. And he's at Nottingham Forest. That data I should follow. That recruitment policy looks a lot better and a lot healthier than our recruitment policy. We're just a glorified fucking Brighton. That's what we are. We're a glazed donut like Lily Phillips walking down the street, Brighton FC. We just glazed it off because we're Chelsea Football Club. In reality, it's all dough inside, yeah, of debt. Dough of debt. Bruv, I land it, Brent, yeah? I land it 24/7, yeah? I don't stop. Been calling these lot out for, it's coming up for 3 years now. 3 years. 3 years of this shit. Yeah? 2 years of absolute truth. It's mad. It's mad. And none of our supporters won't go near a protest. The Chelsea Supporters Trust, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? You're getting mugged off. Who is representing the Chelsea Supporters Trust? Like, fucking hell, mate. What are we doing here? You can't just report Bowley to the Premier League. What do you think is going to happen, mate? What do you think is going to happen? And what does Bowley says? You know, well, you know, buying a striker is not like just going in a grocery store, but you are going in a grocery store. You're looking at Delap, Sesko, and Ekitike instead of going to Harrods and buying Gikares or an Ozyman. Or fuck it. Go, if you want Prem Proven, go and get Isaac. You know what I'm saying? What are we doing here, bruv? Yeah? We are shopping. We're not shopping in grocery stores. We're shopping at Wembley Market, mate. Sunday Market. You know them knockoff Nikes you get? Those knockoff Stonies? Those knockoff Adidas? Yeah? That's what these lot are buying. This is their AI scouting. That's what it's recruiting, bruv. Yeah? Man United are going to do 2 protests this season, and what have we done? Just one. One that everyone was mugging off. One that went viral and exposed them because of Vivid Seats. Who exposed Vivid Seats? Minerals FC. The Minerals FC. Exposed Vivid Seats. This platform. Who exposed the debt? Minerals FC. This platform. Who exposed the wage structure? The kindergarten FC model. The age bracket. The wage cap. Minerals FC. This platform. Who calls out all the journalists' lies? Minerals FC. This platform. And when Eunice come on, it went viral, didn't it? That's why you lot are a disgrace. And most people think, oh yeah, we turned the corner. You're waiting for a 7th transfer window. A 7th transfer window. To buy a striker. We need a fucking rebuild. 1.6 million and we need a rebuild. Listen to what I'm telling you. We need a rebuild, bruv. Yeah? Where is John Wick? Yeah? Where is John Wick? He's not here today. Maybe he couldn't take, he's underwater. He's trying to get a straw to breathe in the mud. Yeah? Well, let's have it right. This is the first time you're ever witnessing John Wick getting taken out, bruv. Because the trilogy of John Wick, he don't get taken out, bruv. No one takes him out. But the Johnny Minnells here, he takes him out. I'll take out the John Wicks. Yeah? If you move stupidly, we will do that. Yeah? Do you know what I'm saying? Vauxhall Market. Wow. Fuck. Yeah, we're shopping at Vauxhall Market. Yeah. Bruv. Yeah. Don't insult me, mate. People are taking the absolute biscuit. Yeah. They're taking a biscuit. 1958, 20 years of Glazer ownership, a legacy of ruin, statements, protest announcements. We got Carlo Ancelotti. Here we go, guys, from the fraud himself, Ratizio Romano. Yeah. For Carlo Ancelotti, all right, one of the greatest managers ever, leaving Real Madrid. And who are Real Madrid replacing Carlo Ancelotti with? Xabi Alonso. Xabi Alonso. Nice. Who's going to manage them in the Club World Cup? Carlo Ancelotti, you could have had a pop at him. No, we're going to back Enzo Maresca. He's bulletproof. The directors, bulletproof. Because the supporters ain't kicking up a fuss, so we can get away with anything we want and we don't give a shit. We're going to trademark the name Chelsea and the Chelsea. We're going to call ourselves CFC LDN. We're going to build a stadium. We're going to send out Wiz, the Swiss merchant, who's barely fucking breathing right now, doesn't know anything about football, has got an agenda on Don Roman and publicly came out saying his ambition and he was driven to buy Chelsea Football Club because of his dislike for Roman Abramovich, doesn't have any interest in winning trophies or spending big money, yeah, to go and do a Chelsea Fan TV interview because he's such a lovely Swiss, soft little telly, what is he? He's a Teletubby, fuck it. Little Teletubby, bro, yeah? All right? A pensioner. Have you ever seen a Teletubby pensioner? Well, that's what one looks like. Yeah. Other than the old Teletubby Robbie, what we doing here? He's a younger version. Pound note merchant. Vampires. Don't give a fuck about the clubs. Yeah. So what? You think his little spew was going to make everyone go, oh yeah, great, fair play, you know. All they was asking about was where we're going to move to stadium. And he says, yeah, we need to move. Yeah, we need to move, yeah. All right, how are you going to do that then? Where's the money coming from? More debt? Or are we going to use Damak, the great Damak, real estate merchants, yeah, in Saudi to inject you with cash flow at a lower interest rate than an Aries management that you've already got? Because everything's a risk and a gamble at Chelsea Football Club. These fucking high risk, so-called what they believe are delusional clowns as high reward, being private equity merchants, hedge fund merchants, venture capitalists. That's what they are. If a hedge fund goes down, it don't affect them. They just walk away scot-free, but they're happy to take the cream on top if it does well. Well, that's what they're doing with Chelsea. Clear as day, bruv. Yeah? So as always, I'm going to call it out, bruv. Yeah? I'm going to call it out. Bruv, these YouTube creators are mercenaries. They are. They really are. They literally, they go on, yeah? Like, what is it? Chelsea Empire put a tweet out about, it wouldn't surprise me. As an opinion, it wouldn't surprise me if Reece James will get bought by Liverpool. Liverpool try and get him, right? Because they've sold Trent Arnold, yeah? To have it right. It's an opinion. And then he's getting called out for, don't push that narrative. It's a bit ahead of yourselves, yeah? What's interesting about that is it's all right for these lot to push their opinions with their narratives, but when it's something that someone else wants to do, they want to call it out because it doesn't suit what they want to say. When they're happy to slander our Champions League winning team, when they're happy to prop this mediocrity, when they then want to cry about where we are and we might not get Champions League football, it's a joke, bro. They're flip-flops. They go where the clicks go. They walk in elephant walks, yeah, for their brown envelopes. They literally sell themselves out like they do at Epstein FC, bruv. You know what I'm saying? For clicks and subs. And you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. I'll nosh you off. You nosh me off. And we can all be happy-go-lucky, bruv. And everyone's going to see the morning glory. You understand me? It's all sunshine and rainbows at Chelsea. Is it? Fuck. It ain't for me. Yeah? I'm witnessing dross every season. 3 years. I'm bleeding. My eyes are bleeding from what we're watching. The squad is what I care about. The team, the football on the pitch, the levels, the mentality, the standards, the intent. If there's a process to trust, then we would see development. You've gone through 3 gaffers. You've bought 90 players. They're all majority. 1% ain't mid, all right? And decent and look like elite of some sort of level, all right? And then what are we doing here? Streamlining, beachheading, fucking toxic positivity, overhyping because the data says so and the stats say so, and look how many chances we created, but we can't finish our dinner. We'll go and buy a fucking striker then. That's elite. And then we might finish our dinner. You know, we might actually win games if you buy an elite striker. And it doesn't stop there. If you buy an elite goalkeeper, we might stop leaking at the back. If you buy a general of experience at centre back, like we had a Thiago Silva, but a little bit younger, who's got a little bit more legs and time on him and a little bit more sell by day, then we might have a chance of developing Trev more, developing Colwill more to a level and a standard where they got someone to take the weight off their shoulders because they ain't got the mentality, they don't have the minerals. And Enzo Fernandez is not a captain, he's not got the output. And someone compared, look at Enzo Fernandez compared to McAllister, all right? He had like slightly better GA. McAllister's a Premier League champion, you idiots, playing in a spine, playing a team where Salah's getting golden boot. So they don't need to rely on McAllister scoring as many goals and assists. But he plays a role in that midfield with Swarovski and Gravenbach. You know what I'm saying? And they rotate with Phil Jones, and they got a balance and a team and a spine and winners, and they ain't got little young'uns flying about everywhere. It's called the blueprint of football. And it's called bringing in a manager and allowing the manager to do their job. And then now backing that manager because he's just delivered you in his first season, debut season, a Premier League trophy. And they're going to sell Trent. Don't worry, they'll find a replacement. And it's all good, bruv. You understand me? That's where we are. That is where we are. And I love my club. We all love our club. We love football. You know what I'm saying? We all love football. But football's in the gutter. And in the meantime, everyone's moaning about, I can't get tickets, this and that. Well, let's call out Vivid Seats then. Let's put the pressure again on it. You know, I'm doing it. Shadow ban, no shadow ban, I'm doing it. I land it. I have been personally obliterated on this channel. Yeah, I've had subscribers robbed off me. 1,000 subs taken. Unsubscribing subscribers. Then to reinstate them. Why? Why would that happen to me? Am I some sort of Joe Rogan interviewing Donald Trump or something? Am I interviewing Mel Gibson who wants to leak out cures for stuff? No, I ain't doing that. So what do you need to shadow ban me for? Because we're a movement on here. We have power. Yeah. As small as our numbers, the numbers don't mean nothing. The right people listen. And all the brown envelopes and all the ones that are influencing the game for the ownership, they all watch us. Yeah? And that's all I need. It don't bother me. I don't need to have 10,000 people watching me. Yeah? It don't matter. Everyone's doing it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Most people, they might not have a voice, but they're still landing it. Yeah? It's out there. People can see. They're not stupid. These clowns are treating us like we're stupid, that we're naive, that we don't know football, and they do. Like they know what they're doing, and they know best. And they got the great intentions for our football club. They don't. They don't care about us. They don't really care about us. Yeah? Trust me. They really don't. Yeah, and look, McAllister cost 38 million euro, 38 million. We paid 105 million for Enzo Fernandez, and we paid 115 million for Casado. Who's doing better business here? You know, I thought we're meant to be buying low like Brighton and sell high. Well, you can't do that with Casado, can you? You know what I'm saying? So ultimately, if we want change, yeah, we need to. Well, there's only one solution. These protests to get the ownership out. And they're more image. They're all about image. Trust me, they're all about image. Everyone, most owners don't care. But these lot, because they're so PR driven, it's all about the image at this with them. The Glazers are more just cold-blooded. They've got no soul, no emotion. They don't give a fuck, all right? Until the protests happened and they brought Ineos in. All right. Then they protested again, heavy, and Ratcliffe has to take the front because he's the fall guy for the Glazers. But ultimately, the Glazers sign off everything, and they're the ones holding the burden of debt on the football club to stop them from going forward and progressing as a football club to have all the supporters happy. And in the meantime, they're skimming supporters, they're overcharging. Salute Stretters, who gold member season ticket holder, been getting countless aways. I'm talking Liverpool aways, Man City aways, Arsenal aways, Spurs aways. He's getting all the big game away games, bruv. Yeah. And all the Brentfords, the Fulhams. Yeah. When he went to look for the Europa League final, he couldn't get it. He starts on points, but he's a gold member. Yeah. But do you know where he can get the tickets? On a third party website where they're selling packages at over $2,000 for the Europa League final. Yeah. This is what I'm talking about. You ask why I don't record with other Chelsea channels because they've all got agendas on me. Most of them don't want me on their channel because I'm too raw. I say it as it is, and it will damage their channel in terms of the ownership will come for them. And they're scared. And that's why. You won't have me on there. Yeah. And personally, I don't want to go on with them, majority of them. I don't like what they say. I don't agree with what they say. They've buried our football club at this point. But do you know what? I'm at that point where I'll do anything right now. I really would. I'd do anything right now to just land it everywhere, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? That's how I feel now. That's my mentality now. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. All guns blazing, bruv. But we're in a very difficult position, and also no one also is taking into account how are we going to sell the players that they bought and get money for them, because they've got 90 players. They're not going to get all the money back for them, so you're going to end up selling your first team players who hold more value for them to generate enough funds plus Champions League to go back in the market and do their nonsense again, and they're going to keep recycling that same process, and that's how they make profit. And ultimately, you're not going anywhere. You're going to be an Arsenal, win nothing but PR, all the process, and we're showing competitiveness, and we're just participating at the end of the day. Nah, I'm not doing that. A conveyor belt FC, facts. A conveyor belt. That's what we are. You know what I'm saying? It's blue co out, bruv. If you're not blue co out, then I don't know what you are, bruv. I really don't. Yeah. Also, come out if Chelsea win the Conference League and also qualify for Champions League in the Premier League. The club have the choice to play in the Champions League or Europa League. Now, to be honest with you, our team's not good enough to play Champions League football. So they're better off playing Europa League. They might have a better chance of winning that. And they probably won't win that either. But what we doing here? What kind of rule is this, bruv? It's a joke. Of course they're going to pick Champions League. Who's going to go, oh, no, I'm not going to play Champions League. I'm going to play Europa League instead. I fancy Europa League because then we can develop our players. Probably Winstanley and Stewart are recommending that because let's have it right. But Egbali and Feliciano and Tout Bowley are feasting and they're salivating, bruv, because they're what? Pound notes from the Champions League. That's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? Also, what was his name? Schmeichel come out and landed it. He said it's all on the manager. He controls everything. He doesn't let the players play. He's so rigid. He's so arrogant. All right. And what's he done? These are his players. The only trophy that Lego Head won was with the team that he inherited that he gutted out. And since then, he hasn't won a trophy. All right. He hasn't even bought a striker. But I do think the Cronkies, they're part to blame. They're not got real intent. They're just happy to get top four. They're top four merchants. That's their trophy. Yeah? Because it's money. That's what the Blue Co are about. That's what the Glazers are about. They just want that Champions League money. That's all they want. They don't want to play in it to try and win it. They don't care. What do they know about football, mate? Let's have it right. Yeah? And at the end of the day, Maresca, he's a fucking BTEC Lego head at this rate. So we're even downgrading from not only Pep, but from Lego head. And Lego head ain't even good. He ain't even top level, bruv. How long do you want to give this guy, bruv? How long do you want to give the bridesmaid? How long? Ain't ever getting married, bruv. Ain't ever getting that bouquet. You know what I'm saying? Ain't ever getting that bouquet. Trust me. You know? Reece James will get his Champions League money if we get Champions League football, Curse. But at the end of the day, all right, the reality is his wages go up to over 300 grand a week. Their ownership do not want that on the books. So they will do whatever it takes to sell him, which is why he's not starting in must-win games because they can't afford for him to get injured. Trev Chalobah, it's already been put out there. After he's been our best player, he is our best defender. And I told you that when he got loaned at Crystal Palace. And I told you when he came back, he's our best central defender. And he clear as day is. He's the most experienced. He's a leader. He's Cobham. And he's played under Thomas Tuchel in our Champions League winning team, Club World Cup team, bruv, Super Cup team. What are we doing here, yeah? So he knows the levels and stands at Chelsea, right? He knows the Roman mentality, yeah? And he's carrying that on. And he's played with Thiago Silva and learnt off Thiago Silva day in, day out in training, all right? They've come out and said they're going to look to sell Trev this summer. They're going to sell Disasi. So who are you bringing in? Who's the elite centre-back you're bringing in? You ain't bringing me no Bastoni, are you? Facts. Wrap him in cotton wool so we can get our pound notes. That's the mentality. Big up the Dan F1 fan. He says, Forest owner done an interview after the game about winning mentality, ambition. All the brown envelopes trying to tarnish his name because he went on the pitch. That's their narrative. Oh, no owner should go on the pitch. Did you see Roman Abramovich go on the pitch? Roman didn't do that. Roman was ruthless behind the scenes. All right? Everyone knew about it. But this guy is sending a message to everyone, and not only to his supporters, his players, his manager, by humiliating them. All right, because at the end of the day, he's the owner. He'll sack you like that. It don't matter to him, yeah, if you don't give him what he wants. But they've already qualified for Europa League mathematically. That is a great achievement for this owner, for Nuno, for this Nottingham Forest team. But he doesn't want that. He wants Champions League. He wants that gravy train, and he'll spend the money. He's already a football man. He owns, is it Olympiakos or Panathinaikos? He owns one of the Greek clubs, yeah? So he's football man. He's got football heritage. He's got elite mentality. He's got dough. Let's have it right. His readies are there. He wants Champions League football. But everyone wants to tarnish him because he's mugging off every other owner in the Premier League that ain't showing the levels that you need to show. And who are Nottingham Forest currently? Who are Nottingham Forest really? What divine right have they got to demand what they're demanding? Because he's demanding it. Because he's injecting the minerals of mentality, standards, eliteness, and not to be happy with just going again. You know, oh, we're just going again, guys. We've watched this whole season and we're going to wait for the next season and we're going to watch every season's going to be the same. It's going to be Groundhog Day on Netflix. No. And I rate it. I respect it. He's not going to do that every game. He's not done it every game. He's done it when it mattered. And actually, he was rattled because I don't know the player's name, but when he was offside and his ribs hit the post after he connected with the ball, and Nuno made the sub because the medical team told him, Nuno, no, he's all right, but he wasn't all right, and they've made all their subs. So basically, they were playing with 10 men. And they almost lost that game because of it. You know what I'm saying? It was those fine margins, but they salvaged the point. But let's have it right. All the brown envelopes and all the wrong uns to try and tarnish his name because he went on the pitch tells you what side they're batting on. They're not batting on the right side. Big up Chelsea Empire says if we make Champions League, it's going to justify these clowns to continue with this kindergarten project. I want UCL bad, but these won't sign anything top. It doesn't make a difference. Champions League or no Champions League, the model's not changing. End of story. Brian CFC says Chelsea on the AI list with MLS says it all. Yeah, Burnley and MLS, all MLS teams. Let's have it right. Big up to Ryan. He says, keep speaking those facts up to Chelsea. And respect to you, Ryan. Respect to everyone in here. Respect to everyone. Always landing it, bruv. Oh, it's Olympiakos. Sorry. Yeah, it is Olympiakos. Marinakis is general, bruv. Absolute general. Absolute general, bruv. Yeah. So I respect what he's done, and we need that at Chelsea. The reality is, bruv, we are not serious. We're not serious. We are not serious whatsoever. You know, at this point, I'd rather have Chris Wood. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm going to do a stream for Don Roman's book. I did say I will be doing that. So don't worry about that. Trust me, I'll be doing that. 100% I'll be doing that. And that's literally where we are. I'm not happy. I'm not going to accept it. I am always the same. I am what you see is what you get. I'm not going to I know what to expect. Unfortunately, I thought Roman didn't have to. He had generals in JT and Lamps. Yeah, facts. He did. He absolutely did. He had all the generals, bruv. He had leaders in the dressing room. He had an elite gaffer. The standards were already set by how you go in the market. And that transcends from the pitch to the coaching staff, from the manager to the academy, to the directors, to the ownership, and everything's aligned and everything's on the same path. That's what I'm talking about, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Where are all of them? That's what I ask. Crom, where are all of them? You see, it shouldn't be just when we lose. It should be win, lose, draw, which is what I do every stream. Win, lose, or draw. You have to keep landing it. Yeah? You have to keep landing it. You know what I'm saying? It's all banter, these lot. These lot are all banter. I'm telling you. And not just on Chelsea content creators. I'm talking about United, Arsenal. Like, they're all over the gaff, mate. They're all over the gaff. I'm sick of these Havana merchants, bruv. Have you seen the PR? Everyone hyping up Webb defeat Colwill. Yeah, he had a great performance, but where was he for the goals? We conceded the second goal when Trevor went off. You know what I'm saying? Everyone smash the like button. Let's get them 300 likes. 400, 500, 600 likes. Let's get these likes up. Yeah, don't worry, we've got kittens. Yeah, we're going to get more kittens. You know, like Rude Hullet came out, mugged off by the owner, Tout Bowley, after he told him what he'd done, and he played for Chelsea, managed Chelsea. He says, "Oh, what did you do for Chelsea? When was that?" Yeah, again, asked him, mugged him off, arrogant. You know what I'm saying? Needs to get in the sauna or something, you know? He said, Chelsea's DNA's gone. The DNA's gone. The only form of DNA of Chelsea that is left is parts of the fan base, and that's it. Online is a shambles. Online is done. Online is in the gutter. Yeah, binned completely. You know what I'm saying? Listen, Tout Bowley didn't even not know who Rude Hullet was. He walked down the tunnel and mugged off and blanked Eden Hazard, mate, who you should know. You know, it's not that long ago, Eden Hazard. Like, what are we doing here? The geezer's in the Hall of Fame. Everywhere you walk in the bridge, outside, his picture's there, holding Premier Leagues and caps, Europa Leagues. You know what I'm saying? Advertised. He did promo for the club in the first season. I think it's the first or midway second season. No, for this kit. At the start of the season, he done the promo. So every time you buy a kit, you get a personalised video with Eden Hazard taking you to get your kit done and all that shit. All right? And he walked past Eden Hazard like he didn't know him. Mug. Can't stand him, bruv. Tout Bowley. Robbing us, milking us for a £1 note. And everyone's just lapping it up. Chelsea Supporters Trust need to grow some bollocks and land the minerals. Yeah? It's disgraceful. How long is this going to go on for? How long? But that's where we are. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, right, everyone was propaganding Jackson, my striker. He's going to be great. We don't need Osimhen. We don't need to stop the development of Jackson by bringing in Osimhen. We've got our striker. He's going to develop. He's our baby Drogba. And now they all want him out because of a red card. Look how flip-floppy they are. Like, forget the red card. He ain't good enough anyway from the get-go. He's a squad player. He's not a starter at Chelsea. He's not a natural, instinctive striker. He hasn't got their minerals. So it's like the standards and the bars on the floor. And yet you lot were all drinking it in, promoting it, trying to banter. It's a joke. It's an embarrassment. I do know a couple on the trust. I do. And believe me, they agree with what I say. But we have to trust the process, I was told. I'm just rattled. I just want them to act. I just want them to do it now. I just want them to go. Just land it, you know. Everyone goes now, Man United, big game, big game. Every game's been a big game this season. Every game is a must-win game we go into. Ipswich, the Brighton games, Fulham, the one we lost at home. You know, it's the same old narrative every single week. You know what I'm saying? That's a great, Brad's dad's great point. He says, talking about Tout Bowley not knowing who Rude is, that's like you buying the Dodgers and getting ripped for not knowing a baseball players from 25 years ago. What are you rabbiting on about, mate? Relax. you think Tout Bowley, yeah, would go by the LA Dodgers and not know baseball players from the last 25 years? Of course he would. He's American. But he's got no interest in football, so he didn't give a shit. So you're meant to do your due diligence, aren't you? Yeah? You're meant to go and do your historical research if you care about the club and you value the supporters and you want to win and give it all that. It's exactly as we drew it up and trust the process and we're on course and all this bollocks and jargon that you lot are buying into. All right? Why didn't he do his research and understand the heritage of Chelsea? Ruud Gullit, I'm not asking him to look back at Osgood and Tamblyn for crying out loud. I'm looking at Ruud Gullit, bruv. Ballon d'Or winner. Got up there with the football gods. Everyone knows in football he is. These lot don't know football. So, yeah, I do expect it. Everyone should expect it at their football club. Brad's dad. Wow. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about. This is what we got in the fan base. Justifying these clowns like, oh, why should they know these players? Everyone knows. People that don't even follow football know who Ruud is, mate. Yeah? He's a celebrity icon in sport. Yeah, Ruud won the Ballon d'Or. Yeah, he did. He played with Van Basten, who won it, what, 5? How many times did Van Basten win it? I swear he won it like 5, 6 times. It's a joke. Yeah? Played with Johan Cruyff, mate. You see all this tiki-taka and this philosophy that these clowns want to play with Enzo Maresca? Yeah? He's learned off Pep Guardiola. Who did Pep learn off? From Barcelona. Johan Cruyff, mate. The 4-3-3, not the 4-4-3. Yeah? Clowns. Let's have it right. So this is where we are, ultras. This is where we are. I've got everything off my chest. We've landed it. We've exposed it for what it really is. Big up to every single one of you that support my channel. Love to everyone that's watched the stream last night as well. If you haven't, go and watch that. Go and watch the content. Go back. Go back. If you're new in here, go back and look at previous streams a year ago, 2 years ago, and go and listen to what I've been saying, mate. Yeah. And you'll know we're a real deal on this channel. So big up to he's 3 times Van Basten. But listen, big up to you, Brian. I see it, bruv. I always see it. Every stream, my geezer. Salute to you. Yeah. Landon Roman and Sir Alex, my geese. So let's do Sir Alex first. And we're going to end on this. So I want everyone to smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, put all your comments down below, and make sure you do keep the mentality as we hold on here. Win, lose or draw, blue coat out. No surrender mentality. RIP our Chelsea old boys. We see things they'll never see. Up the Chelsea, up the Mills FC. Salute to you all, generals.
Well, first of all, I just want to address you people in front of me, the dailies. I had some of these banned for a few weeks, and to be honest, I get fed up with it. Your job is to tell the truth, right? That's your job. You can quote me when I'm accurate about things I have said. I'm not going to have you twisting everything I say, okay? So the next time it's finished, you don't ever get back in, okay? To make that clear to you, you don't get back in. Finished. I'm fed up having to read papers and talk things I say, and I know I've said, and you completely twist it around, lie. Your job is to tell the truth. That's your job as a journalist. And if you can't do that, you're in the wrong job. Okay? So make that clear.
Roman Abramovich.